So, as many of you probably know, retail can be crazy and some people can be really stupid.
Unfiltered?
Unfiltered. I'm Alex,
And I'm Tori.
and this is Alix and Tori Unfiltered. So, both of us have worked retail before. Um, I I've worked at a couple places, mostly Bed Bath and Beyond, and Tori worked at a little music store.
I just realized that both of the places we used to work are no longer in business.
That's true.
Although at least mine got bought out by a big, national chain.
Oh, Bed Bath and Beyond might be doing a bankruptcy thing. They'll probably be back in some form or other.
Wow. Must
Um,
be nice.
I know, right? Uh, but most customers are okay. Most of them are just normal people. But sometimes you come across some of the dumbest people when you work retail. Like when I worked at Bed Bath and Beyond, um, not sponsored because they don't have the money to.
That's
Um,
right.
so one time I had someone walk into the front desk and almost in a panic ask me where the towels were. Well, to get to the front desk, you literally, for probably about 30 seconds, had to face towards a towering wall of towels.
Floor to ceiling.
Floor to ceiling. I couldn't even say anything. I literally just kind of swished my arm in like a this way. And he looked over and said, thanks, and he ran off. It's like, okay, that was a thing.
Did he at least run off in the right direction?
Yes, thankfully.
Okay.
He did go towards the towels. He just somehow missed the towels that he must have been staring at for at least a few seconds. I also had one person walk up to the desk and ask if we had trash cans. Literally, the display wall of trash cans was behind me. Literally, on the wall behind my cash register was the display full of trash cans.
Why do you have a display of trash cans? I feel like if you're going to display something, it should be something I don't know.
Oh, they were nice, fancy trash cans.
Oh, okay.
They were those cool, touch activated, mechanical, electrical. Yeah.
Oh my god. That is crazy.
Uh huh.
I usually just have a plastic bin. I didn't know you could have robot trash cans, but thinking about it, duh.
Yeah, they're $200 a piece.
Oh, so affordable then.
Oh, of course. Every home in America should have 10, because who couldn't afford that?
Right, right.
/S for those of you who don't get sarcasm.
Um. Oh yeah, I used to have customers like that. Just absolute. Most of my customers, though, honestly, they weren't dumb. They were just uneducated, which is, for people whose English is not, their first language, there is a difference. Right? Dumb people are willfully
Yeah.
knowledge agnostic, but uneducated people just have not learned something.
Yeah.
So it's they would come in, and sometimes they would have just wild ideas about how things worked. For reference, I did say I was talking about the music store.
I think we did, but
I'm talking about a music store. So instruments are kind of a what for most people, and
if you don't know much about them, they can be a little intimidating, a little mysterious.
yeah,
it's a thing.
Kind of scary. But I feel like I did a good job giving people just a basic rundown of how these things worked. But oh my god, there was one guy. Oh, one guy.
Yeah.
He'd come in every couple weeks, and at least one time, he came in with a chord. It was some song like the Eagles.
Yeah.
Because of course it's the Eagles. The guy looked like he just kind of stopped in the 70s and forgot to age.
One of those. I've seen those.
Yeah, so of course it was the Eagles. and I cannot express enough how much I do not like the Eagles. Hey, come on the show, the Eagles. You totally have time.
I actually like the Eagles, at least some of their stuff, so...
I'm not really a big Eagles fan.
I know. We have different tastes in music. That's okay.
There's nothing actually wrong with the Eagles, right? Like, they're proficient musicians, and they can write the heck out of a song. I just don't prefer the sound.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, their fan base can be a little...
That's a lot of fandoms.
And this guy was the perfect example of that. So he comes in with this chord chart to a song, or not chord chart, just chord notation. So there's like numbers, letters, and you just kind of have to like know or figure that out. So I'm trying to figure out what this stupid chord is and like how to play it because he doesn't know. And so he came to me, the music expert.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here trying to Google this thing, and he's being just the rudest.
Ugh, the rude ones are the worst. Like, I don't necessarily mind stupid people if they're being polite. Like, I'll at least, like, yeah, that was kind of dumb, but you're being nice about it. So, like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna, But the rude ones are the worst. It's like, if you're gonna be dumb, at least be nice.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, I don't, miraculously know how to play an E7, drop the 9, slash the 11, and hold the 13. Like,
right?
No pickles, extra mustard. Like, so I didn't know it off the top of my head, and I'm like, I don't know, here, like, this thing's got chord charts. You might find it in here. Handing him a book, and... Yeah, he didn't like that answer.
Yeah, that's, Oh, or, like, the number of people who wanted something that was, like, in another store in a town that was literally about a half an hour away. Like, which is really... Yeah, and it was, like, an easy drive half hour. Like, that was,
Yeah, like, down the highway, like, it's a couple exits.
Yeah.
And, like, okay, so for our European... listeners, we know you're there. We love and appreciate you.
Oh, absolutely.
So much. So in America, things are really far apart.
Yes, like a half an hour drive is a pretty average, like, drive down to the store or commute to work. In fact, I think the average commute to work is actually like an hour or something.
No, it's 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
45 minutes is the average commute in America.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just like, oh yeah, it's just like the next town over. Hop in your car and go get it, or you can wait like 3 days and we'll call you back.
And the amount of people that would just like, what? That's just so far. Which was really funny because when the two of us met, I lived in said neighboring town from the one that she worked in. Which means people would sit in front of us and be like, but that's so far. And we wouldn't say anything out loud because that'd be rude. But I'd be sitting there thinking, like, I make that drive every day? Twice every day to come see my girlfriend and go home? Like, it's not that big a deal.
I mean, also, though, like, to be fair, lesbians have really skewed ideas of distance.
That is fair.
Like... They'll be like, oh my gosh, I met the one and they're only like 600 miles away. And it's like,
They're just in another country.
Yeah, right? Like the girl from Russia,
right,
who evaded 2 Coast Guards
yeah.
to go all the way to like the opposite end of Canada.
For her girlfriend. Like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no biggie.
Right? No biggie at all. So cute.
Yeah. Happy Pride Month, by the way.
Happy Pride Month. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. Which, again, I know in Europe, technically next month is Pride Month. So, since we have European listeners, we'll have to celebrate then, too.
Oh, no. 2 Pride Months. Whatever. 2 lesbians to do.
The horror.
But anyway, yeah. Retail. Customers are weird sometimes. I also... because I'm also kind of lumping food service in with this, because this is the other, like, thing I've done. I've done, like, I worked at a Papa John's for a bit, and I worked at a Dunkin' Donuts for a bit. And, oh goodness, the people, including one coworker. I had a really dumb coworker once.
Once? That's miraculous.
I mean, I've probably had a few dumb coworkers, but this one really stands out in my mind. He was something special. Like, this man walked up to me, who, by the way, was 19 at the time, and he was like late 30s, early 40s, walked up, asked me how old I am. Now, normally that's not something that bothers me, but it is something that generally shouldn't ask a woman. It doesn't usually go well. But the really dumb part is when I went to answer, he stopped me and went, no, let me guess.
Oh, such a man move.
It's like, oh, dude, no. He then proceeded to guess that 19-year-old me was 30. Again, I'm normally not offended by such things, but I was a little peeved at that. Like, it's like, excuse me, you think I'm a whole decade older than I am? He also did a couple other dumb things, but they're a little further than I want to go right now.
Oh yeah, I've heard these stories. So we're about to leave because we're trying this new thing where we're doing shorter episodes, but we're doing them twice a week. You probably have realized that by now. But just real quick, I want to give you guys an update.
Right, the update.
On the bee, okay? Because the bee, its tactics have evolved.
It has.
It is now engaging in hit-and-run tactics. It shows up, and just as I'm about to unleash some anti-aircraft, aka the hose,
it flies away.
It flies away.
Literally, she grabs the hose, doesn't even activate it, just grabs it, and it zooms off into the neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Granted, at time of recording, I don't think I've seen the bee in a week, but we also took the week kind of off of the garden, so...
That's true, yeah. But, actually, the other day, it did... Okay, so, living room window, I'm underneath the living room window, and it literally runs into the window. It was trying to get me.
It did literally hit the window right behind her head, which... Like I said the last time we really discussed the bee, I don't like to ascribe, human malice to animals, but that thing, it's displaying some intelligence that I don't usually ascribe to bees.
They can do math.
They can do math. And the bee is still at large. And other than that, let's see, join our Patreon. If you like us, if you hate us, throw in a vote for us to either keep going or to knock it off.
Definitely.
And, we release episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, early in the morning, at least for here, I guess.
Yeah, I can't really account for all the time zones, but we release it at 3 o'clock our time in the morning. And we hope you guys keep listening and enjoying.
Right? See you next episode.
Next episode.